I definitely didn't leave the Real.
You got fired from
I got fired from the Real.
When Tamar got fired from The Real, she blamed it on her former co-hosts, Tamera Mowry and Adrienne Bailon. Even though they always seem so close on camera, the truth is much messier than that. But exactly what happened? Why did they end up having a feud? And where do the three women stand with each other now? Tamar, Tamera, and Adrienne were seemingly very close while they were on The Real. But then everything suddenly changed. For some reason, Tamar got fired from The Real back in 2016, and no one really understood why that happened. Back then, the producers gave a very vague statement about it all. They said that the reason for her dismissal would remain private and privileged. It felt like they just really didn't want to reveal the real reason why Tamar had to go. Like there would be some backlash on the producers or on their TV show because of it. But according to Tamar, she felt that her co-hosts had gone behind her back to speak with the producers of the show. What's crazy is that Tamar never really said what she suspected her colleagues said about her, or if what they said was true. But it looks like the producers heard all they needed to hear from Tamar's co-host. Or not, because according to their statement, Tamar's co-hosts and the cast had nothing to do with why she was fired, which was a crazy thing to say, considering they didn't give any real reason as to why she was getting fired. And then their next step was to shield the people who were still on the show. I don't think anyone really believed the real producers. But what's also crazy is that even Tamar apparently didn't get an explanation from them. Or at least that's what she said in an interview when she was asked why she was fired from The Real. And on the top of the list of people that Tamar felt had ousted her were Tamera and Adrienne, which is crazy because from their time on The Real, it seemed like all three of them were friends. Honestly, they might have even been best friends from what we saw on The Real. So what happened after Tamar left was pretty shocking. A feud started, and it lasted for 5 whole years. To put this in a better context, Tamar was in a heated feud with her co-host for much longer than she actually worked with them. But then again, that might be understandable, because if Tamar, Tamera, and Adrienne really were as close in real life as they were on the show, then that was some serious backstabbing. At one point, it even seemed like they were as close as sisters, only for Tamera and Adrienne to then allegedly go behind Tamar's back and get her fired from the show. That would get anyone angry enough to not speak with them ever again. And anytime Tamar was asked about her former co-workers, she always had mostly the same response, that she didn't talk to them. But then there was a little bit of a shift in 2019. Out of nowhere, Tamar posted an apology on her Instagram to everyone she was feuding with or felt she had wronged, and that included the ladies from The Real. In her apology, Tamar explained that a huge reason why she lashed out at others was because of what was going on with her. In her own words, when all you know and feel is hurt, you hurt. But the apology didn't end there. Tamar then also asked for forgiveness. She explained that she didn't know how to show love because she'd never really felt it herself, but that changed when she met her then boyfriend, David, at a fesso. Tamar and David eventually split, and that story is also pretty crazy, because after they broke up, they accused each other of putting their hands on each other, if you know what I mean. So it's a little questionable what kind of love Tamar and David actually had, but that's a story for another day. After the apology, you would think that everything became better for Tamar and her former friends, but that's not what happened. In fact, it doesn't look like Tamar's former co-host reconnected with her at all, at least not immediately after the public apology. But then in 2021, something happened that shocked everyone. And of course, it happened on Instagram. It started when Adrienne posted a video of herself and Tamera on her Instagram page. It was quite an emotional clip that showed Adrienne and Tamera reuniting after they had been separated because of the COVID pandemic lockdown. Then, in the comments section, Tamar dropped a heart emoji, and everything just exploded, with a lot of people commenting under it, asking if they were all back together. Tamera then reacted and replied to Tamar's comments, saying that she was missing Tamar, and Tamar replied that she was missing Tamera too. From the looks of things, this kickstarted their communication again, and when Tamar was later asked about the heart emoji comment, she said that she didn't even mean to post the emoji, but she was moved by the clip and she was missing her girls from The Real. According to Tamar, they were like sisters to her. So it makes sense why she did that. At around the same time, new information about Tamar getting fired from The Real had come up. Tamar shared on her podcast back in January 2021 that she had found out the truth about her dismissal from The Real, and what she said was very shocking. Apparently, Tamar had found out from some sources that the network behind her reality TV show, Braxton Family Values, which is WeTV, had sabotaged her. That's right, Tamar claims that they went behind her back and almost ruined her career, and this definitely ruined many of her relationships. I mean, it's obviously affected her friendships with Adrienne and Tamera quite a lot. They might all still reunite eventually, but it's still pretty crazy what happened. Tamar clearly took it really hard. At one point, she was even hospitalized after attempting to take her life. Apparently, she had been going through depression, which went unnoticed. But now it seems like Tamar is the best version of herself, and she even said this herself, which is good to hear. I really hope she's doing better. But what about you guys? Do you think there will ever be an official The Real reunion for Tamar and the rest of her co-hosts? What are your thoughts on all this drama? Let me know what you think in the comments below.